Oh la la. This is good. I'm so happy we're doing this. For me, this is a special moment to know that there are many people in different places listening to my words, my sound. It gives me a lot of
Good.
energy. I'm so happy we're doing this. For me, I'm very happy to have this opportunity to show off a little bit of the beautiful things that have happened to me, actually. A lot of beautiful people have come to our seminars and to sessions to look for ways to free the voice. And for me, this is, how can I say, I think I have a big ego. I think that probably that's the reason why my parents called me Igor. I think I need the attention from other people, but also when it happens, when I get their attention, stuff comes out of me that is not the daily life me. And so I find out that when I teach, I become less preoccupied with my ego and much more interested in sharing my experiences. And so I now have about a precious hour. I hope that you'll stay with me while I explain a little bit of what I do. So, some of you might know me, most people probably don't. My name is Igor. You maybe read that already. I'm Dutch. When I was a kid, I used to sing my sister asleep uh, just by letting my voice go. And I think there I found a treasure. And this treasure has developed over the last, I'm now 56, but I can say that at least for 30 years, I've been playing around, first of all, with my own voice for many years, and then slowly through the, how can I say, through the possibility of experimenting with different instruments and listening to a lot of music, I started to develop a curiosity that went deeper and deeper. Now, maybe for some of you, it was freeing the voice that attracted you. Maybe for others, it was more overtone singing, this vocal harmonics, which I'll let you hear a little bit in a moment. And for some of you, maybe it's more like, I have a problem. I don't know how to communicate, or I don't like my voice, or they told me I should shut up when we were in the choir and I shouldn't sing. And I know that actually for me it was the same. Mostly it was a thing between me and me. I just felt that deep inside, it's like I was sort of growing inwards. And I really felt like I had to do something about it. And first, I started off with didgeridoo as the real first instrument. I played guitar and piano and percussion, but all more amateur. And didgeridoo, I really fell down the rabbit hole, dove down the rabbit hole. Um, and through that, I started to discover that my hearing was changing. I started to hear the silver lining high up in the sound, um, whereas before all sounds were like one thing. Now I know that sound can really be boom 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 boom. It can be like a layered thing, where the highest layer is what they call the harmonics. And already in the didgeridoo, I started to develop this. You make this sound with the lips, and then in the mouth you change. And I thought, wow, I'm hearing. I'm not making just one tone. I'm making two. Then one day, I heard on the radio my um, mother had some cassettes of classical music, and I grabbed one because the sound was so good. I put it in the machine and pressed record, and for about a year I listened to that, and started to go like, how can I make this sound? What I was hearing when I was listening to the radio was, it was like a group of people were all singing as if they were in an aeroplane. And then one person, it felt like he was stepping out of the airplane and just flying off without needing the airplane anymore. And so for me, the desire to learn this was very big, but I also recognized that I had a lot of stuff in my tube, my singing tube, my breathing tube. It felt like in the belly there was a lot of tension and stuff. There was stuff in the solar plexus. There was stuff in the heart, even stuff in the throat, and also the whole thing of communicating with. It's like it was either too strong or not enough. So there was a lot of reasons for me personally to go deeper into this story, and I did. But before going too deep into talking, maybe we can take a little step into the sound without words, which is actually my main world. My universe is more sound than words, or words sung really slowly. So let me just sing for you the scale of the harmonics in the voice. Okay. I'll close my eyes because I can hear better that way, and be a little less distracted. So usually when I do any kind of singing, I first take a breath. Now that is to give oxygen to my body, because when I start singing, I'm going to lose some oxygen. Okay, here we go. So a lot is happening in there. It's very, very beautiful to see inside my head how when I start to sing these overtones, and they're very clear and piercing in a way, how they touch different parts of my brain. And I also notice the effects. Like if sometimes I say, okay, now I'm going to do this. And then I start singing, and the sound itself affects me so much, in the sense that it turns my thinking mind into a person relaxed in a sunbed somewhere, and just whereas my body is becoming more awake. So one reason why a lot of people, when they join the seminar, I can see the faces like, yeah, it's, and after, even when we do short stuff like an hour and a half workshops in festivals, you can see how in the end there is this aliveness in the faces, and there's a lot of joy. And for me, the reason why that comes so easy is that when we drop the words for a bit and we stay with the sound, we stay just with making sound, it's like we're turning on this vibration, and our ongoing mind that is always judging and putting stuff in and sort of wanting to be the driver starts to become more of okay, I'll be co-pilot, I'll check GPS, but I'll let you drive. And the me that is driving, I feel it is another part of me, which is it's still human, but it's also very much connected to spirit or to my lighter parts. So this is one reason why I like to call this webinar "Sing Your Light," because basically when we start clearing the tube, which is what I had to do the first, let's say, year of my own um, research and development department there in the singing, was to find ways of letting this pressure that I feel and these emotional emotions that I was finding as I was singing, to let those out, because we have a lot of stuff stuck in the body that can come out beautifully through the sound and have a chance to be felt, to be known, and to be more accepted. First of all, like, that sounded really sad. Sometimes I have that I do a concert and somebody comes to me like, that was really sad. I mean, deep and beautiful, but sad. And if we start to accept that, it can become really beautiful. Now, I don't know if you are attracted to singing for yourself or if it is more for wanting to perform and share. I think whatever your reason for wanting to sing, it's good to start first with your own luggage, to find a way to lighten your load first of all, because when we open ourselves to an audience, like I'm doing now with you, invisibly so, but definitely hoping to connect with you. As I do this, I feel every tension that I have in my body is in my voice. So like before I started, I felt a little bit in the stomach, a little bit like I was a bit anxious. It's like, hey, this is always special to connect with a lot of people, especially when there's no direct feedback and I can't hear you laugh or go like, what was that? So for me, yeah, I'm rambling, but I will tell you one or two things before I go on. I will continue giving you a few more stories and also some exercises in the next 40 minutes or so. And then at some point, I will open the place for questions, a Q&A, and I will do my best to answer those questions. All right? Now I'm going to just go a little bit like a train, keep following, trying to stay clear in my descriptions, and try and get you into the mood to develop your voice in the way that I have. Not exactly, of course, because we all have an inner guru. I don't want to create many little Igors. I want to help each person that is interested in the voice or in learning to express themselves better, different ways of using that. So before I was using the vocal harmonics, I want to go back to base camp. That's like the top of the mountain. So in base camp, we have to really take care of basic things. Base is also, in this physical sense, I would see it like a pyramid almost that starts from the heart and goes down to the earth. And it's from the heart looking down. We have the solar plexus. We have second chakra with all the organs. First chakra going down into the earth. But usually in most grown-ups, breath doesn't come and go through this whole system all the way down. Actually, I see many people breathing from the heart to the throat, just up here. So number 1111 is really go all the way down. Relax your belly. So we can do that together. A couple of deep breaths. That sound of relief that we can make, we can exaggerate that a little bit. So we take another deep breath. And already that natural sound that we make when we relax is a vibration that is helping to relax, and it is helping you to feel what is down there in your solar plexus, in the belly organs, all the way down to the perineum. Now, for myself, it took me quite a while to really feel that I'm connecting all the way down. But already just the practice of relaxing the belly, it's such a big one. I'll do it one more time, and then I'll tell a little bit more about that. Don't be afraid of that your sound might sound ugly, or whatever the judgment is in the head about it. It's not important. What is important is to make the sound, open your mouth, and sort of really allow the relaxation to come in. For me, this whole 30 years was finding out how can I use my voice in a relaxed way. It may be because I'm from Amsterdam originally. It may be just that I hear a lot of people make wonderful sounds. Like if you listen to the Mongolian overtone singing, actually they call it the throat singing. It has an incredible amount of tension. It's really, we're using a lot of tension there. So we don't want to go there. We want to go to the opposite. We want to go into almost, if you look right into what you do when you relax, you drop the shoulders, you drop the jaw. When you drop the jaw, the neck relaxes, the shoulders relax, and then as you go more down, you can relax the solar plexus and relax the belly. And then when you take an in-breath, also there can be a beautiful development from just everything okay, to a breathing that is like it's a natural cycle. We take our time to breathe in, and we take our time to breathe out. And it becomes like a bicycle wheel, talking Amsterdam. We can go slowly, breathing in and breathing out. And this you can do any moment of the day, doing whatever you're doing. I did it once with a friend who wanted to show off his weightlifting, and I thought, well, I'll join you. And it was about, okay, how long can I hold these weights in my hand? And he was going, and I just went with my calm breathing, and I recognized I can hold it longer. And so it's power through relaxation, which is a funny dichotomy, a funny double, but it's very beautiful. So when we follow this, we can go into a beautiful place also of expanding this relaxation to the point where we really get into a meditative state. It's a wonderful way to open more than just your voice, but to open to, I like to call it's like my inner sea, and I'm the fisherman. And when I start to sing, I lower the hook down, and sometimes it's just this tiny fish, but sometimes there's this energy that comes up that wants to go whoa, and you catch suddenly a big emotion. These are special moments, very, very beautiful moments, because if we express our emotions fully, in a way, we empty them out from old stuff. We empty them out from the possibility, like before it all stays with you. Like, oh no, I don't want to lose that. That's my personality. But then when we start to express, and it's scary. Of course, it's scary. We're being seen and heard, and then we can be judged. And if we have memories from other lives, it could be even that your fear has to do with the fact that you did speak up and they punished you for it. Yeah. Well, whatever you're feeling about your voice, there's a beautiful thing that you can do that you're already doing, but that you can expand on a lot more. What you can do is to yawn, but really to yawn. If I, even like almost like a clown, the exaggerated yawn, we do it often in the singing circles, that I call it a public yawn, to look at each other yawning. It's such a liberation, because we are actually quite tame and tamed and trained to not show ourselves so much. So this, it can become, I'm going to just show off an exaggeration. Many things happen in that. I actually think that it's a portal to real singing, because when we open up like that, in a way we become it's the beginning of an opera singer, of the inner opera singer. When I go, just that position, it's opening the throat. It's of course bringing oxygen to the brain, but it's also tending open the whole space inside your mouth. There's a lot of stuff connected to that, because I know a lot of people that talk more like this, and like, I don't want you to see my teeth, they're not so beautiful, or don't look inside me or my mouth, it's private. And I understand that. But to make full sound with your mouth closed is almost impossible. Well, there are beautiful exercises, especially in overtone singing, of making overtones with your mouth closed. I'll do some of that after, if I don't forget. But basically, this first thing of opening completely and becoming really just recognizing that it's something the body does. The body wants to get more oxygen, and it wants to relax. So the combination of that makes for me that yawning can become not just a yawn, but a yawn song, a real portal. So let's do a couple of that together. I will talk about the vowels in a moment. I saw somebody asked a question around that, because it's the very next step, actually. But first, let's do a little public yawning together, just to get the juices going. All right? So. One more. Nice. And to conclude the chapter on the yawning, you can imagine yourself as a mini me, like there's a mini Igor standing on top of my head. And he's going to go jump off of this skyscraper that is my body. I'm also tall. And as he jumps down, he recognizes he has this little parachutes between his arms and his legs, and he's not going to die. But the first impression still is like, really high note. Now that open, big high note starting up there is really a beautiful can opener for you. Once you have that sound big, take that down slowly, down, 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 all the way down to the perineum. This exercise and a similar one going from the lowest note to the highest are two perfect beginner exercises that everybody can do, that have the added plus to it that you are able to start feeling all the things that are inside your body. Tension here, a little bit of something in the belly there, a little bit of tightness over there, and all of this, as you go up, you can start to feel it, but as you make the sound, or as you go down, same, as you make the sound, there's like a massage happening inside, an inner massage. So that's the yawning. Now let's get a little bit into the vowels, because the vowels are the creators of the overtones, of the harmonics. They are very, very subtle. They're in a very small change of mouth opening. And if we put them together in a very simple way, the way that I hope in the future they will teach it in the schools, because it's the only order of the vowels that makes sense for me, because it's connected to the body. We have ooh in the belly. We can do that together. Ooh. And that can also become like ooh, 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 ooh. Where you start to feel a little bit that the muscles of the belly are contracting. So that's we're in the lowest part of the belly, first two chakras. And then we go to solar plexus. Oh, 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 oh. And also here it helps to relax the solar plexus just to make that sound. Then the heart. Ah. 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 Nice. Then we have the E in the throat. E, and here we, from English to like Italian, it's a completely different expression of the vowel, but I'm going to use the sounds the way I intend them. So E, 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 E. And we're working on our throat there. Then we go to E in the head and out of the head. E. E. And you can feel how when you make that E sound, how it can vibrate the whole skull. Okay. So these five, when you put them together, U, O, A, E, I, when you put them together slowly, you get So while there are five vowels, when you move from the U to the E, you get actually 9 steps. So this is already diving deeper into the overtone story, but the basis of it is these five vowels. So if I make the oo sound, it means that I'm making an oo shape. So you look inside to see if you can enlarge each of them. And a beautiful way to do that is to imagine that you're having to swallow a quail's egg or a ping pong ball, and making that sound with that shape in your throat, you get. Now, for the mind, this is very nice. That you have to focus on what vowel am I doing, where am I going, because the mind wants something to do. It's like a pit bull that needs a bone. So we need the mind to have something to do. Otherwise, it's going to start to interfere. So it starts off with the breathing. We said deep breathing, slow breathing, up to down, down to up. That's one. Then we want to have our voice come out big because we have open space. We have our mouth open. Now we're going like to create like a dial where it goes. I'm playing with very small increments of change. So if you're a beginner in overtones and you want to go deeper into that, it's a beautiful way to get into the meditative state, like I said, and at the same time to have a part of you that is observing it, the research you're doing, and that is able to tell you afterwards also, or to sort of give you a feedback rather than a judgment. And I think this is a big one. If we have an X Factor panel behind us always judging and going, then it's very good to sort of talk to them for a moment and say, okay, listen, thank you for your trying to keep me safe and that all the dangers and everything that could go wrong. But right now, I would like you to really become a coach for me, to tell me when I'm not breathing, because we're a lot of times we're going into apnea, into no breathing. A lot of times we're going to shallow breathing, fast breathing. Sorry. So it's really important to slow down, make these slow movements. It starts already with the mouth closed. And can you hear these little changes already? Now this is making overtones just by changing the shape of our mouth. It's sort of level one. I took a lot of time with level one. And also, I took a lot of time to just discover my voice in general. I'm not really just this or just that. I really like to see my singing as something where here is the voice in front, and behind is Igor, sort of, oh, that's interesting what the voice is doing, as if we're almost two separate things. And doing my best to allow the voice to come out and show me what it's saying, what it's all about. And this is very, very special. Sometimes it comes really unexpected. It comes really much bigger than when it's all from the mind that, now I'm going to sing this and I'm going to do that. And I developed this because my first audience was not a lot of concerts, though I did some, but a lot of individual sessions with what I called sound massage. And sound massage for me was playing the didgeridoo over the body, almost like a Hoover, cleaning up a bit, listening to where the sound suddenly would stop and go, oh, that might be a point. And then I would come with my, I would come closer and then start to ooh, sing on these parts of the body, or I would just sing directly to the person, usually lying down. And what comes out of that is basically this game between two. I sing to you and something comes back. As I sing, already there's an interpretation of who I have in front of me, like a mirror or like communicating vessels. So for me, it was always very exciting and at the same time a bit scary because you don't know what's gonna happen. I developed this. I'm just going to need to drink a little bit of water. 1 second. So one thing that happened through that is that it became easier and easier to do concerts or even entire seminars of a weekend without any preparation. Now, my wife and partner in crime for the Feeling Sound for our seminars, she would in the beginning really go crazy. What, can't we just have a list of things? Well, make a list. It's a good idea. But usually, as we begin something, there is already a whole train behind this locomotive that shows itself step by step. In the same way that I am talking to you now. It's coming from a beautiful, how can I say this best? A beautiful detachment. And in the beginning, I didn't have that kind of detachment. In the beginning, I had more of, how can I say it? Let me fill you with my sound, and one thing after the other, no breaks. I'd bring 25 instruments and show you how this one sounds and how that one sounds. And slowly, I dropped this and dropped that and went deeper into this and a little bit deeper into that. And so now it can be like a thing of, how can I say that? Yeah, I think it's still 90% I don't know, and 10% I know exactly what's going to happen. And that's more like what I feel is going to be the result. Now, I can't look into all of your eyes at this moment and see if there's anything happening there. But I do know that this work, in its simplicity, and in its difficulty, because to get to clear overtones, you need to put some time in. You need some patience. You need to learn to slow down. To learn to listen to another part of your voice. Because one of the problems with overtone singing in the beginning is that others hear you make it already, but you still don't. Why is that? Basically, it's because when we talk, when we sing, our ears are used to hear all the inner sound much more than the outer sound. And the harmonics are sort of the outer silver lining of the sound. So the ears are not trained to it. So it's like, whoosh, make elephant ears, hear better, and find out that way that you're, how can I say that? You can insert a lot more silence. Because silence usually is seen like, oh, Zen, Japanese, whereas silence is such a basic elemental diagnostic moment Or also it's like the reverberation of what we've just sung, what we've just said, what we've just done. Huh? Singing has an enormous effect on my system. If I stop singing and straight away go into the next thing, I won't have the opportunity to feel and like take in and sort of register the effect, and even that in the sound echo, the body is still working. It's still settling, it's still feeling. And of course, I call my our website Feeling Sound. I know that for me, it's about feeling the sound, because that gives me like an echo as I make the sound, gives me a diagnosis, gives me understanding. That's what's going on inside me right now. How can I find the courage to express that, to give it more freedom or more permission? On that theme, let's give ourselves permission for a moment, because this is a big one, and you can do this whenever you feel like something is a little bit off. So we're going to rub our hands. We're going to put them on our throat, left and right. I'm just going to breathe as if every pore in our skin is a nose. Breathe that magnetism and that heat into our throat. Maybe close our eyes for a moment. Relax our jaw. And just breathe. Now I want to add, maybe we can say it together. I want us to say 3 times, I allow myself to express myself freely. You can also choose fully if you want. I'm going to go with freely today. Okay. Deep breath in. I allow myself to express myself freely. Nice deep breath in again. I allow myself to express myself freely. We'll do one more, like a nice celebration, that maybe the neighbors hear it too. I allow myself to express myself freely. All right. Now slowly, 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 take your hands away, but move them left and right, keeping the connection between the throat and the hands. So you will start to feel that the throat opens up and widens up, and you try to keep that connection of magnetism and heat as you open and open and open, and keep on opening until you get this really, really wide, almost like it's a panorama. It's a huge open neck. Your throat in its widest expression. Beautiful. Okay. Wow, we got Hawaii here. Wow, I see Greece, India. Wow, a lot of Italians. So sweet. Beautiful. I feel very proud of the work that I've done in these years, because it's been a way to work on myself even more when I'm sort of teaching or sharing my stuff than when I'm on my own. Now, I now recognize that I do singing circles every Friday. We're on Corfu in Greece in this moment. And every Friday, I recognize, oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I can bring a group of people in tune with each other, and usually just by sighing, yawning, a couple of times the vowels, and then just letting the voice go. And sometimes it's 10 minutes of all of us just freestyling with our sound. And sometimes it's a little bit less elevated. Sometimes it's like angel choir. Always it's instant choir, in the sense that it takes people no time at all to feel relaxed enough to start making sound. Now, I don't know in what kind of situation you are. Maybe you have neighbors everywhere and it's always loud. And I remember at some point I created a didgeridoo that was in a sort of very symbolic. If you go on my YouTube channel, you'll find the giant didgeridoo, a 2.5 meter, like it starts big and it goes smaller and then it goes inside, and you're lying inside this big horn, and the sound comes out by blowing the tube and it comes out over the body. That's one expression of my desire, in a way, to have my a thick outer skin, or to have my own space, and then to invite some people into it when I want. And now I feel like I don't need to create a giant horn to carry around anymore. I can just, through my breathing, through my sound, through feeling comfortable in speaking to people, I can feel that I have my own space. And when we don't breathe a lot, our energy bubble, our aura, or this feeling of this is me and that's the outer world, it can become so small. Like imagine in a metro station, in the tube in Japan, all these people like this together. It's like they have a little condom of private space. Now, what I would like you to imagine or to develop is to have the knowledge that you need to fill your bubble. And filling it means breathing into it, means sounding into it, means movement, to dance, to do qigong, but to really inhabit the space around you. Because also in the breathing, in the beginning, I thought, well, breathing is up and down in the front. Now, as time goes by, I start to feel, no, it's from the center, and it's breathing out in all directions. In all directions. Okay. So you're listening to me. I'm sitting here, and I'm wondering, how far can we take this? That there is this feeling of there is a connection. I always like to have a connection. I don't like to just talk to myself. So I'm just going to imagine that while you're listening to my voice, there is a part of you that is not only listening to my words, but that is able to feel the vibration of my sound in your body. That I'm not just talking to your mind, but I'm talking to all of you, or to, let's say, a down deep to the bone part of you. And that part is, for sure, as a baby, was screaming away, and maybe now is in a place of like, how can I get that full sound back? So before we get into into a Q&A, questions and answers, two things I want to do. I want to play a little bit of guitar and sing a couple more overtones so you can hear what happens when you take it to the second level, which is using your tongue up against your palate and making very clear overtones, which is what I did in the very beginning. And the other thing is to explain to you the hidden reason of this webinar, which is the jewel that we've just finished creating, which is a 21-day video course. But before going there, let me play for you. Or rather, let me put one finger on the guitar, strum away, and sing for you. So again, it's as if you are singing. You have this possibility of feeling it inside you as if it's coming from you. Interesting concept, no? So with this work, we can go many, many places. We can go all the way from self-healing to using this sound to help others turn on their healing process. And I spent many years just inventing and also collecting from many other not only other singing styles, but from karate, from qigong, from so many different angles. Stuff came that I felt like, oh, this is useful. This is useful for opening up, for example, the whole theme of having a natural authority. It's like, I have the right to be here. There's a lot of work to be done around that, which has an incredible effect on our voice. So last year, we made a video course that was 21 days, which is the perfect time to change a pattern, to learn something new. And it was very successful. We were very happy with the result. Had like 80 people are still like into this video course. So we decided, let's next year take the step to go international, which is what we're doing now. And all the people that inscribe themselves to be part of this webinar will automatically receive an invitation to check out this video course. And there's quite a lot of reasons to have a look at this, because there's, first of all, it's like the compressed vademecum companion for you to, with all the time that you need. Some people go through it in 21 days. Some people watch the same over and over until they got it before they go to the next. And it's like about 11 hours, a little bit less than 11 hours of recordings that we made. And that's a lot of the material. Sorry. That's a lot of the material that in the beginning, when I went like, oh, I want to find a teacher, there wasn't. First of all, probably I think there's not many people that haven't gone to any music academy, that haven't had a teacher that shows them this is the way. My way is very, very Dutch, in the sense of feeling free. Maybe in Holland now is not so free, but when I grew up, there was a lot of possibility to do it your way. And that's more or less what I've done. Now, you might want to learn the techniques, and you will find them in the video course. But also, you will find a lot about my experience giving sessions, doing concerts, teaching in seminars, meeting shaman and their style. There's a beautiful Mongolian shaman in the like that I have in my bones now from only meeting him a couple of days and doing a workshop, but it went so beautiful into the whole theme of throat singing that you'll find a lot of those stories in there as well. Now, if you are interested in the course, you can you have the possibility to join until the 6th of August. So it's like a open and close moment, because we want to create a group that I can also support a little. So there will be a Facebook group where you can participate and also ask questions to each other and put questions to me. And I'm very, very happily putting my head in there with you. Now, if you are one of those people that, how do you go? I would like, I don't know. I know that it's not so easy to have a teacher, a person in front of you, and open up. I find that that with the video course, I did one on throat singing from a Mongolian guy, and to be able to go whenever I want, I can go in and spend a little time going over something, get back into it, and it's like you always have the material. It's not a workshop of a weekend and then what you got, you got. Of course, I know that live is also very beautiful and important. I'm going to be live as the lead singer of a beautiful band at the Medicine Festival this August. On the 16th of August, we have our concert. We made a new album with Jamie Kato, a beautiful producer from England, and Matt Coldrick. These two made an incredible album, and I'm like in 5 or 6 of these of the songs, I'm the lead singer with a lot of different shamanic sounds. So it's not only about overtones. It's about learning who are the different personalities inside you and to allow their voices to come out. I remember at some point I was in Florida and I was on my own. I was singing a little bit, recording. And this is like it was a colored man with one leg and he was whoa, and he wasn't sad, but he was at it. And it's beautiful to discover these people inside you, the different parts of our personal theater production, the ones on the stage and the ones behind the stage also. Yeah. So I would like to open up to some Q&A if somebody has a question. I'm always happy if I can get some curiosity coming out, some feedbacks. And while I check that, if you want to try a little bit of I'm going to read what's happening right next door here. All right, that's beautiful. So on the other side, I have Davide from Milan, who is a beautiful team that has helped create this video course together with Jessica. And they are both super people. If you decide to buy the course, you will get it for how do you say, a discount price for this round. And if you have any trouble, they are very, very good at sort of solving all the technical problems around the video course as well. All right. I'm very curious to see if there are questions that I'm not seeing, or if I'm not getting any questions today. Thank you. We'll share your web course. Michaeliona, blessings. Oh, beautiful. Okay. So let's see if there are no other questions. I'm not seeing them. Maybe I can ask Davide if he has any. Ok. Si stai pensando a cosa chiedere, you're wondering what to ask. Well, people, take your time. I'm not going to run away. If somebody wants to ask a question, please go ahead. Yes, the question of do the vowels influence the harmonics? I think I gave the answer on that one, but I'm very happy to go a little bit deeper. As soon as you speak, you are modulating the vowels. That modulation creates the harmonics. So they are like their boyfriend, girlfriend. They are together. So I will go back into the 5 vowels a little bit deeper, just for a couple of minutes, because it is super interesting. First of all, in school, I'm not sure whether it's done just because they don't know or because they know. Because in some cultures, the vowels were actually sacred and secret. So the right order of the vowels, according to Dr. Igor, U, U, but I say it in the more Italian way of ooh, because it's an expression that our body has naturally. Ooh, O, solar plexus. Ah, heart. A, throat. E, head. And if you want to remember the 5 together, just say them quickly. Why? Why? As in the question. The answer is in the question. Why? And if you slow it down enough, you will get to 9 steps, because every vowel, except for the first, has a closed version small version and a big version. So, oo, o, o, a, ah, e, e, I, I. And those that makes the 9 steps. Now, actually, when you start singing the overtones, we can hear up to 14, I am told. And I recognize that sometimes I'm able to make 11. So in a way, the vowels are the stepping stones, are the beginning. But then as you start making the harmonics more like you go more deep, you'll find that the highest overtones are closer to each other. And that your tongue has to go a little bit more up and in, and it's more subtle. So you're having to really take your time to go slower than you think. I had a student from Ireland who months after the seminar wrote me, finally, as I took a bath, I did your practice of the overtones with the vowels. You have to tell the people, it's really slow. It's much slower than we think. So this slowing down changes also how we move, how we think. We're used to going really fast. I heard a DJ friend say, "Yeah, I'm happy now to dance to the 150 beats per minute," and that's and I'm going the other direction. I'm going slow down your speaking, slow down your breathing, make it deeper so that you can stay conscious. Because as we go faster and faster, we also become less and less conscious. I mean, that's a theory of mine. Okay, let's have a look. Ooh, if I think that the sound is important, that's a very, very nice one. Well, in my story, I forget the consonants until I'm really good with the vowels. So, I think much more important is the R sound, which is part of that second level. After you've opened up the vowels, you start to bring the tongue up. In the course, in great detail, I will go into that, but it's more the how are you? How are you? You'll find that it's more that is the real sound to point at. Oh, I get a greetings from Berlin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful. Cecilia, che bello rivederti. Very nice. Yeah, I've been giving workshops together with Ariana, my wife, and how do you say, combatant, to give some of the important stuff to as many people as possible. And we have another opinion about what is important than many other people. Of course, it's okay. It's good. We need all the perspectives, all the variations, and we did work with groups. And then when you imagine 80 people singing together or shouting together or just letting something out, it has 80 times more effect on each person also. When you're sitting on your own, you might have more difficulties. I too, when I'm on my own, I need at least an instrument as a partner, as a compadre to practice with and to have. I also talk about this in the video course a lot because we have this possibility to choose, depending on what is interesting for us, for each of us, whether to use like percussion instruments, string instruments, more like shruti box or harmonium to develop our voice, and all of them are super interesting. Yeah. Okay, can people with full mouth implants sing like this? That's interesting because my teeth are not so good either, and I think over time they will um, possibly create all sorts of difficulties. And I think if you have an implant that is fixed, I don't think you should have any problem. And if you have a part that you have to take out, it's about adapting to your mouth. But I'm pretty sure that as you go into this kind of discovery channel, what you find is the most important thing. And I'm sure that your inner guru, your inner voice coach can show you, this is the part that I need to express. This is where I have difficulty. This is where the pressure is. And so when you let that out, you have this possibility to create a unique sound. So it won't sound like mine, but for sure you will be able to make uh, vocal harmonics, the overtones come out, or other sounds, because we are many in one. Let's see. Mm. Yeah, I think this is a very good question, the one about the implants, because uh, you might think that it's not no longer your mouth, or that there is some difficulty with being able to sing, but actually, by taking the time to breathe deeper, by taking the time to open up your sound, you're creating tools that will help the integration of all the stuff that you've had in your mouth, but it will also bring healing there, because it's relaxation is a big one. Uh, the sound, the vibration, the frequencies it creates in our system, big one. Breathing deeper over time is a I think it will bring years to our life, because, or at least it will bring in the moment, a much deeper um, awareness, more presence. I know that when I'm speaking like this, I'm the first one that is excited about my own voice, also about what I'm saying. But there's something about talking that when you're enjoying the vibration in your in the whole breast space, it's just yeah, I'm massaging myself as I speak to you, and it makes me laugh. It's good. It's beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I got that awesome from Stella. Thank you. Mm. It's fun because I see in the chats that there's Italians as well as English people. I want to give an extra thumbs up to the Italians to dare to come to an English class. There is hope for you yet. Okay. So, if there are no other questions, maybe this is a good moment to close this story of today. You're gonna receive an email with the whole information about the video course. Check it out. If you want to be connected to other things that we do, you're very welcome to go visit the feelingsound.com website, or to write us an email at info@feelingsound.com, so that you can be added to our newsletter. Okay. I'm also going to put all our coordinates in the chat underneath. All right. There's the link has been super. Well done. Thank you, Davide. Thank you, Jessica. There it is. Okay. So, a couple of deep breaths together for those of you who are still listening. Thank you so much for joining, and hope to meet you real life at the Medicine Festival. Who knows? If you're anywhere near, Come say hello.
Bạn qua đi rất chào.
Hmm. Ah, come see. And Ariana, partner in crime, we'll see you maybe in our next seminar together. We're going to be playing around the Europe and the England very much in these coming times. Follow us on the Feeling Sound and you'll get more about this. All right?
Thank you.
See you.